Good morning, this is Simone, and this is Bouncing on the Trampoline of Life. And today I would like to talk to you about being with people. Now, for some of you that might seem really easy. For me, it never has been. I much preferred to be alone even as a kid. I talked about that meetup group. I'd much rather just wander around by myself. And it was the same thing when I traveled with people, whether it was my parents or friends. I would get to this place where I would just be so angry and frustrated, and I needed time to myself, and I didn't know how to ask for it. And I didn't want to be unfriendly, and there was all this crap that would come up, right? And even in relationship, even if I was dating somebody for a long period of time and we went away together or were living together or something, there was always that element. And I thought I would just have to be the Incredible Hulk and roam the planet on my own for the rest of my life, including living with people. I had to have really sort of strict boundaries with myself. With living with people, I often wasn't friends with my roommates just because I would feel that I would have to do certain things if I was friends with them, or I'd have to spend time with them. So I'd really twisted and mutilated myself into this tiny box. So I'm here in Santa Fe and I'm staying with my friend, and she has the same thing. She just prefers to be on her own. So the two of us have been going through these machinations. And one of the things that I would like to bring in my future vlogs, and this one, is the tools of access consciousness. It's weird, it's wacky. I often don't talk a lot about it to people that aren't, sort of doing it. And basically it's sort of tools and philosophies that help you out. So that's something we've been using, and I don't think I could do it without it, to be honest. So, number one, asking questions like what's up, what's going on is huge. And then when all that energy is up, all that rah! Then you do something that's really easy. You go pod and pock, which is point of destruction and point of creation. And it's so amazing. You just have to say, hey, okay, so everything this is pod and pock. And that's just one of the really simple tools that we've both been using. Because the other major thing that I've discovered and that she told me about was that when you have a reaction to something, it's your thing. It's not theirs, it's you. So I was like, really? Okay, well, I'm going to try this out. So last night, we were sharing a room and she was tossing and turning, and I was like, oh, she's tossing and turning and rah! Is kind of what I turned into. And so I was looking at it and I was like, oh, I had forgotten how much anger there was in my family growing up. Even if they didn't appear to be angry, particularly my dad, he was just this seething mess of rage underneath everything pretty much all the time. And he too didn't know how to ask for his own space or really deal with people very well. So I looked at that and I was like, oh, who am I being right now? Who is this? Because this doesn't feel like me. And so I just said, pod and pock. And then I promptly went to sleep. So folks, try it out, pod and pock. It's a good friend of mine and partner of Gary Douglas that founded Access Consciousness. He calls them Chinese superheroes of change, pod and pock. So they are. It's really amazing. So see if it works for you. And thank you. Bye.